This is my analysis on the art from Sanji vs Mr. 2. For context on how I grade battle art, watch my Naruto vs Sasuke art analysis video. The battle starts in chapter 183. The first attack has anticipation in the attack. Oda is very good at bending and stretching his characters for exaggeration around this time. In Sanji's wind-up, his body curves smoothly in the shape of an S. This is obviously unrealistic, but One Piece's more cartoony art style allows for this to work well. I don't think other art styles like Bleach, Naruto, or DBZ could make this work. There is also nice foreshortening from a slight ants-eye view, which can be seen in the size of the fist compared to his head. When the two strike, their legs are stretched to unnatural proportions. Sanji's leg being perfect cylinder shapes, along with a slight foreshortening from one leg to the other, makes this panel really pop. His hands in his pockets communicates his relaxed mind state. The way the ground curves is beautiful cinematography, and the poses of the two are excellent. The spacing is also perfect, with the strike taking up about half of the page. The curving floor, stretching and curving bodies, and foreshortening are Oda's strongest weapons at this time. The fight picks back up in 187. Both kicks are shown landing on the other's face in two close-ups before the two blast away as follow-through. The characters are toned in the attacks to provide focus. The panel of the two crashing has a slight fisheye lens, with the floor and the background slightly curving. Mr. 2's next attack has no anticipation, but it's a nice panel with foreshortening, focus lines in the background, and good poses on both sides. Sanji has his black turn into motion lines, and even has lines coming off of his body to emphasize his movement. The next two panels two-step anticipation for Mr. 2's follow-up. Both have good poses and camera angles. The first is also toned. The next panel lacks clarity. I can't tell if he hit Sanji or not, but the pose and the foreshortening look good. Sanji's next kick has him winding up, but the wind-up is not in the frame. The panel of Collier landing is nice. Mr. 2's leg being closer to the camera, along with Sanji's leg getting smaller, looks amazing. The curve from Sanji's left leg to his right looks smooth. This is another display of Oda's abstraction of anatomy working in his favor. This panel has good space, taking up a third. The next two panels are summarizing, but this is a decent form of summarizing. The camera angles, foreshortening, poses, and spacing are still as good as if they were single attacks. There are multiple limbs along with hit marks to reiterate that they are attacking multiple times. The next page has both winding up in two small panels at the top. Sanji's panel, once again, has that nice cartoonish curve. His arm also has motion lines. Mr. 2's anticipation doesn't give us a good idea of what his next attack will look like. The attack panel takes up 2/3 of the page. Sanji's pose looks spectacular. His limbs curve like noodles, but that along with the way his neck hangs really sell the pose. His kicking leg foreshortens and is blurred out with motion lines to show that he's kicking several times. The multiple hit marks also help with this. The ground is curved upwards at the corner of the page, making this a low angle with a slight fisheye. Mr. 2's pose also looks great despite mostly being covered. The follow-through is two panels, first with a zoom out of the action, toning the characters, and then of both of them crashing into buildings from a nice angle. Sanji's next attack only has the action, but it's at a great angle. There is foreshortening on his leg, but even more so in Mr. 2. Both poses are amazing and the focus lines add energy to the panel. It takes up a third of the page, meaning it has good space. The fight resumes in 188 with Mr. 2 stepping on Sanji. The low angle of the second panel allows for nice foreshortening. 2's next two attacks have no anticipation, but they do have follow-through. The first attack is fine, but it isn't perfect with clarity. The second attack looks great. The speed lines in the background are empty in the trail of the kick, which looks cool. Mr. 2's pose also has beautiful foreshortening. The mascara attack has the anticipation and action in one panel, making use of after images. The attack landing has a great angle and pose from Sanji, along with focus lines. Mr. 2 winds up for two panels before being interrupted by Sanji. His twirling has white motion lines to help clarify his action. The panel of Sanji kicking is astounding. Sanji's arms bend and his foot stretches longer than normal. His body leaning over and his head hanging sell his beautiful pose even more. The way 2's legs are still attacking while his face is being kicked sells the fact that he was interrupted. The characters are also toned. The next panel is breathtaking. Sanji's close leg down to his back creates a nice S shape. His pose overall is epic, but the distance between his hands and his legs, along with the fact that he's performing a handstand kick, makes this exceptionally more epic. Sanji's kicking leg also has motion lines replacing the black. The background has a fisheye lens. There is blood splatter in the air, serving as a hit mark. Mr. 2 is shown crashing into a building, which along with Sanji's pose, serves as follow-through. There are also focus lines, but the way Sanji's close hand goes over them continues to highlight the distance of the objects. Mr. 2 bringing out his swans has a good angle, pose, and space. The same goes for his swan, bombardier, anticipation. The actual attack has a great pose. The panel has good space, Sanji's evasion has a good pose, foreshortening, and includes Oda's curves. The floor has a slight inward curve. Mr. 2's next combo has the usual suspects: foreshortening, poses, angle, focus lines, and even Oda's stretching. These attacks have no anticipation or follow through, but I can let it slide because it's a combo. The panel of the clashing has good poses. The attack has the action and follow through. Both have great poses and angles. The action panel lacks a little clarity. My first time reading this, I couldn't tell where 2's leg was because it blended in with the focus lines. Blood splatter is used as a hit mark again. Mr. 2's next attack has anticipation and action in 2 small panels, but since the attack missed, it's not much of a problem. The attack and dodge have great poses. The panel with Sanji's windup has a good angle and poses. Sanji's actual attack looks spectacular. The camera angle is next level on this one. Starting with Sanji's pose, his close arm gets bigger and his far leg is tiny, really selling the angle and distance. His left arms and legs bending while his right arm flies back makes a dynamic pose. Mr. 2's leg is extremely close to the screen in the bottom right corner while his head is very small. The way his body bends back sells the damage received. There is a hit mark behind Sanji, which shows the gap between the landing of the attack and the aftermath. The next chapter shows the kick from a different angle, and it also looks amazing. Sanji then starts one of his signature combos. Once again, there is only action, but I can let it slide. These panels include the stretches and curves of Oda along with great angles. The flanche lacks clarity though. Summarizing begins to take place, the 2 panels being separated by the 2 falling back. The poses and spacing of the summaries look great, just like the previous summary, which decreases the negativity of this choice. The 2 end the battle in a double spread, with both performing flying kicks past each other. Sanji's leg is stretched out to sell his attack. The white background against the poses looks beautiful. The attacks kinda lack clarity because none of them seem to land, but that's due to the writing of this scene mimicking an anime samurai clash. The 2 cough up blood and then land as follow through. The delayed effect of Vo's shot begins to take effect in the panel with nice distancing between the 2. The panel has Mr. 2 flying past Sanji with nice spiraling trails of smoke. The distance between the 2 characters and the curving floor looks great. Sanji lands a kick off screen after shaking hands with 2, officially ending the battle. This fight looked amazing. The use of foreshortening is frequent and astounding. Oda also really knows how and when to bend and stretch the characters. The poses were consistently great. The use of the backgrounds to create beautiful angles along with fisheye lenses was a fantastic choice. One weakness would be that the attacks often skip anticipation, or at least a clear one. The fight also made summarizing look as great as it possibly could, minimizing the drawbacks of the technique. Overall, this fight was visually breathtaking and probably one of my favorites in general. One Piece has the best individual action panels with this level of work. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my manga for free online. If you enjoy my content, please consider donating to my Patreon. All important links will be in the description.